Good morning, everybody. $602 contracts at the 910, 654 contracts at the 900s. So we're gonna see. Either it's a squeeze. Need the squeeze up through at least to the 900s. I'd like to get the 910s. $16 seconds left on this candle. I'd like to get above the highs here. We'll see. I'd like to get above the highs. Highs on these candles. I think we run for the 900s. I think. $258 contracts in the 97s. 900 contracts at the, 354 contracts at the 900s. Let's see. Yes, pushing back down a bit. and a NASDAQ. We need a squeeze. Swept the lows. Do we sweep the highs and go back up? Yes, pumping. ES looks a lot better than NASDAQ. NASDAQ just looks fucking lumpy. Need this push back over these highs. 354 contracts sitting at the 900s. 600 contracts at the 910. So we can get a squeeze here. Would be good. $110 left on the 5-minute candle. Do we squeeze before it does? Hope it doesn't take me out first. Before it does. ES pushing down, popping up. NASDAQ needs to do the same. Fucking went long over here, so I thought we were gonna get the push up with all those contracts sitting up there. Came down, lost a fucking. I was down like $800. That was a mistake. So let's see what happens. $354 contracts at the 900, 600 contracts at the 910. So hopefully this squeezes up through. We've got 4 minutes on 5-minute, lots of time. 355 contracts at the 900, 600 contracts at the 910. Swept the lows. 2 minutes left on this candle. Need a push here to the 900s. $136 left on the candle. Don't like that wick. Don't like that wick. But if we can close back at the high of it. A lot of contracts sitting up there. ES needs to push. $35 seconds left. A lot of contracts sitting up there. Get the squeeze we need. Squeezy, squeezy. $403 contracts now at the 910. $353 contracts at the 900s. Four minutes until 30-minute candle. Needs a squeeze here. 400 contracts at the 910, 250 at the 9 or 350 at the 900, and 256 at the 97. Lots of time left on this candle. Do we get up to the 910s ish before the close of this candle? Then we look to go down. We wanted to go short anyway. I got long up here because I thought this was gonna be the push up into the 910s. Came down, swept the lows, took me out. I was down like 800. Oh my god. I should have known that. This is stupid. I should have waited to sweep the lows. For any sort of push up. 2 minutes until the 30-minute candle. I'd like to get to the 900s first. One minute left. Freak. I'm gonna have to take this off. I can't let this come back on me. Need to push now. I locked it in. Please go. "13 seconds. Come on, push." $353 contracts up at the 900s. $600 or $400 contracts at the 910s. To get the 900s. Will we go to the 910s? Will I make it? $400 contracts still sitting up there. There you go. Out of the hole. Back up 250. Just a bit early. It's no big deal. It was early on that trade. Knew what was going to happen. Just early on it. Going to the 910s now. Back up by the VWAP. That was a pretty big dip. was sketchy. Not gonna do that anymore. Once we take it to the 910s, 123 contracts to the 915s. Should have probably stayed a little closer, but or a little further back, let it move more, but it's okay. I'm fine with that. They might come up into this fair value gap up here. But we are short bias from the daily. Because I had a wick up over already in the previous day candle. So now I think we come down and take it to low. But we'll see. Now that's on the... It was on the ES too. So on the NASDAQ. Oh, we didn't take it. Yeah, should really check this. We didn't take it the high on the NASDAQ. We didn't take it the low either. It went up towards the high, come back down. So yeah, I'm still probably short biased a bit. Yeah, there's 114, 109 contracts up and around the 915. So maybe we squeeze up there first, then look to go down. I don't know. But we knew it was going up. There were 600 contracts sitting at the 910. There was 400 contracts sitting at the 900. Tried to get in to catch it, but got in a little too early. I figured around here, after I seen that little wick on the candle, we're going to kind of get the squeeze back up through this fair value gap and up towards the VWAP to all those contracts. And she dipped down, wiped out. She swiped the bottom, so I should have known, right? Took it liquidity down here, so I got in a little too early. But then I still in 19 after that, and I wrote it back up, and we from 800 down to 243 up. So you got to be so careful with that. Like you see consolidation like that, you gotta wait for a sweep of one side or the other. And I know that. Like I don't know why. I just seen the movement. I got faked out. So I seen it moving pretty quick. I was like, oh, get in here, and that's when it started squeezing back. So I just start adding, right, DCAing like a champ. And then I was down, like I said, 800 by the time I come down here. Took out, I don't know, probably 20 of my or 18 of my contracts, and then the rest of them rode up. So luckily for me, I knew it was going there because all the liquidity was sitting up there. So why wouldn't it go there? 912 contracts sitting at the 920s now. So if I was a betting man, right, that's probably where it's going. Probably where it's going. So we'll see. Up around to 618, I'd say 100% we get to the 50s. 912 contracts sitting at the 920, so just figuring out where to enter, but I definitely think it's going to the 920s. Let it pull back a little bit first, maybe. Back to around the 9. Around the 94s. Like I said, 900 contracts sitting up there, so you think we go up there and pop above the VWAP? I think so. Then again, it doesn't mean anything. The market can get, she can just dump from here. Like the structure on the ES is a lot better looking than the NASDAQ. NASDAQ looks more choppy. But I could be wrong. 120 left on the 5-minute candle. I'd like to see it close around here, push down, maybe into the 90s, find a bit of support and start moving. I don't want to just squeeze right to the 920s. Well, I can obviously, but I like to be in it. Above the 34, above the 9, right on the VWAP, so I'd say we do move up. New candle in 40 seconds. New 5-minute. So always wait for a sweep of the low. Don't get excited and jump in too early. I normally don't, but caught me off guard this morning. It was down around 800, back up to 200, 243 in profit. So that's not too bad. New candle opening. Like I say, I like to come back down towards the 9. Around 800 contracts sitting at the 912. 912 contracts sitting at the 20. So if I was a betting man, I think we'd be going up a bit, right? Might come down a little lower, sweep all this, but I definitely think it comes down a bit first. I hope. Come down and sweep before we continue up to the 20s. $3.40 left on the 5-minute candle. Same with the 15. 15 looks like it wicked down a little bit, but it's still got 3 minutes to move back up. Like I said, with all that liquidity up there, I think we go up after we get this little dip. Make a higher low. But it could just squeeze right now, so you don't know. A lot of liquidity sitting up there. 912 contracts at the 20. 807 contracts at the 912s. 215 contracts at the 915. So it likes liquidity. The market is designed to make deals, and that's where there's a lot of contracts. I think the market wants to go down initially, but I think it's going to go sweep all that first, just like it was doing earlier. It was coming down here, and it really looked like it wanted to go down, but there was a ton of contracts sitting at 910 and all that, and it came up and cleared all that out. So I definitely think it's going to go up and clear all this out as well. But I still like to get a little. It might just squeeze, I don't know. I'm not getting in early. So that's what I did down here. Figured it was going for all those contracts at the 10s. I got in too early. It was down like 800. And I kept adding. So I was like, no, it's going to go back up. And luckily, I had my stop down here. It didn't take me out fully. It just took me out a bit. And it continued up. So I was right. I was just early. So I had to wait for a sweep. I should have waited for this. But got excited. Seen the market, the candles moving a little quickly. So I got in early. Never get in early. Just like now. Yes, it could push up. But if it don't push up, it's going to pull back. So if I'm in 8 contracts, pulled back, I'm down another $200 and back to $43 before it moves up. And then it's no guarantee it's going to move up. They might take that liquidity off, right? All those contracts. So got to be careful. But I think it does go up. The hourly chart looks like trash. My God, how gross is the hourly? Looks disgusting. It shows how choppy it was and crappy yesterday evening. I watched a few other guys trade and they got tore up yesterday evening. What a sin. Like blowing like 8 or 9 accounts, 10 accounts. I can't chat. I blew a couple accounts yesterday. I was up good. Oh, we're getting our pullback here. But I was up good. I was down a little bit in the morning session. I traded the open, got back up, got everything up $400 or $500 each. And then I went in the afternoon. Don't know why. I don't know if I was just bored or what I was doing. And I start trading in the afternoon. I blew up 2 accounts that I had up like $1,500 each. A Elite Trader Funding one and a trade day. I was on like day 4 or something on my trade day. And then I had to get new ones. Then I run them down a bit. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, no. And I just stopped. And then this morning, just got everything back up. Right? I still need to get, this is down 400 from yesterday. This is down, no, that's my take profit trader. This is down, yeah, it's still like 600 from yesterday or something like that. No, what is this, trade day? So this is down 750. So it's so easy. Right, and then you come back here in the morning and you just trade and you're fine, right? 800 contracts at the 912s, 900 contracts at the 920s. So we're going to see. Still above the 34, come down and touch the 9. Do we get a squeeze here to bring us to the 920s? Get up to the VWAP, push through that. So that's where those contracts are at. 800 contracts at the VWAP, and there's 912 at the 20s. See how this candle closes? I like it for it to close up above the VWAP. Next one, 920s. That would be nice. Now they're going to squeeze this all the way back up. You know, it's like, somewhere like this. We're going to get a reaction probably around here, but like that would be something that I definitely think we could do if it starts squeezing once it gets around the 20s. Coming up on those 800 contracts at the 12. Can't really put that up there yet because there's a new candle in 40 seconds that could open, wick down, then move up. So be careful with your stop losses if you're trading. Seconds left on the 5 minute. I would have liked to close up here, but I don't think we're going to. Nope. 1 minute left. Pull back a little bit maybe. It's a pretty big wick here though, so we might squeeze now. Hopefully. Like I said, I want it, if it comes back, I'd like for it to stay above this wick. Get in around the 900s. Stay there. $800 contracts now at the 912s at the VWAP. And we got 910 contracts at the 920. So I think that's our draw. I think that's where it wants to go. Could be wrong again, but seems like that. Hourly chart looks terrible. Just gross from yesterday. We will see. Like I said, a little pullback is fine. You don't mind that, but you want to stay around the 900s. You don't want to get in lower. But I can't see it with all that liquidity sitting up there. It's going for the 912s and the 920s. The only question is it going higher than all that? Is it going to move through and continue? Or as soon as we get to the 920s, are they going to have 800 contracts at the 30s? Or, you know what I mean? As soon as these, are they just moving them up? Right? Because earlier there was a ton of contracts sitting at the 910s when we were down by the 70s. And that's what pulled it back up, it seemed like. So, are we going to go right back up to the highs here? Not even the highs. I'd say around the 940s, 950s, not even 50s. I say we get up around the 40s. We're going to get a reaction probably around this wick if we do get up to the 30s. And pull back probably a little bit, maybe to the 20s. So maybe we should have this around here. So I definitely think that wick is going to react. And then we'll probably get a pullback maybe to the VWAP. VWAP will be a little higher than probably around 17s. Then continue up to the 40s. So now, this is all speculation obviously, but just from watching the market all the time, just normally how it does things. But again, I could be totally wrong. The market could just dump 100 points. So, not financial advice, I guess. 6:20 left until the new hour too, so we might get a bigger pullback. Let's see. It might not. It might just squeeze. It is a good bull flag here. Right? It's a pretty good bull flag. And we already came back down in this little fair value gap, so we go. Right? So it's kind of structure, so it looks like it makes sense. It's a higher low, so we'll see. And plus with all them contracts sitting up there, that's a lot of confirmation for me. Fair value gap, bull flag, 800 contracts sitting at a 12, 900 contracts sitting at a 20. You know, kind of seems like it's going to move that way. The only issue is going to be the VWAP. If we can get through the VWAP quick, I think we'll be fine. But oh, we weren't down that bad in our elite trader funding anyway. I thought it was down like 400 or 500 now. We got it back up yesterday, I guess. I totally forgot. So which one are we down bad? We're up 1,400 in our take profit trader. Ah, trade day. We're up 240. We're down 750. Okay, well that's manageable. I'm not too worried about 750. I could have those accounts going now too, but I find it too hard to manage 3 at the same time. There you go. See the reaction to the VWAP. We can push through strong, come back and retest it, and then moved up to the 28s. We'll see. Got to clear it. 900 contracts still sitting at the 20s. There you go. Pulls back, I'll take it off there. Look for a bounce off with the next candle to come back down to the VWAP. I could have probably left that there, you know, that short. See, that's what I was saying, right? You gotta be so careful with that. Right? They took off the 920 contracts that were sitting there. Or, sorry, 900 contracts. Now they're back. Now they're at the 25. You know? So, are they just trying to get everybody to go up? Seems like it, you know? But now, they did squeeze back. 779 contracts sitting at 915s. So what do we do here? How do we react? Do we pull back down to the fair value gap? Clear all that liquidity? Everybody that went along here? Then look to move back up? Or does this dump? You know? Don't know. Okay, let's try to get some money on this one, I guess. We're up 90. We took a trade last night in the overnight. Just, I don't know where it was to. Can I see it? I wonder. What time is that? 10ish? I don't even know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we took a trade. I was gonna trade for a while last night, but I was like, ugh, peony headaches. Alright, pushing back up already. 1 minute left until the new hour, so be careful. It's good. Dump down, pump up. But I think we get the pump here. I think we get the pump. We got a lot of things going for us. We're above the 9 EMA, the 34. We got a fair value gap that was touched into. We got 900 contracts sitting up at the 23s. You know. Five seconds. I'm going to try one here. See if we pump up. Our wick is up here at the 28s. I'm going to put a stop in down here at the halfway the fair value gap. If it comes back in that, then it goes lower. I don't want to be in it anyway, so. Like I said, 911 contracts at the 23, 415 contracts at the 25. So where's your draw on liquidity, right? Where does it want to go? And it's interesting because we got up to the 915s or 920s last time. They pulled the 912 contracts just before I got there, and now they got 912 contracts at the 25s. So, are they trying to get it to go up, I wonder? Makes you think, right? $200 contracts building up at the 30s. But like I said, we see this wick here. I think we're going to react to that and pull back a little bit anyway, so that's probably as far as I want to try to go. Probably far as I want to try to go for this move. Then get a pullback, set up in their bull flag, then probably look up for the 40s or so. But we'll see. $412 contracts at the right? It's funny. 412 contracts at the 25, 907 contracts at the 23, and 200 contracts at the 30. It was 400 and something contracts earlier at the 20s. Or no, sorry, at the 15s. So we got that, and we had 900 and something contracts at the 20s, and now it's up at the... So they're just trying to get this higher, right? Now again, it's not financial advice, obviously, but if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. .25 seconds left in the 5-minute candle. We can close up over the highs. This little pop here, this wick, close strong, get up to the 28s. Need to squeeze. Actually, as long as we close over the VWAP, I'll be happy. I literally bought at the VWAP, which is strange for me. I never buy near the VWAP. But with all that liquidity, we closed above, thank God. With all that liquidity to the upside, 20 or 900 contracts sitting at a 23, and we're gonna squeeze through that. I think, anyway. We'll see. See what we're going to get here. 900 contracts sitting at the 23. 400 contracts sitting up at a 25. So, do we get the squeeze? See what happens. I think we do. Now that we're above the 9, I probably should have just left it and just don't even have a stop or take profit until we get a candle close below the 9. I was saying that yesterday. Every time we get in these little trends where we dip down below the 9, we get back above it, it's almost better off to stay in until we see a candle close below the 9 EMA. Because it holds it. It holds it all the time. It'll just ride up. This market is weird anyway because it's just, I don't know, it's always big moves. Like, there's a lot of ripping back and forth, but there's always big moves. But I'm still biased a little bit to the downside. I'd like to see it go down, but I think it's probably going to come up here first somewhere before it does. As long as they keep putting big contracts up there. Like I said, 400 contracts at the 25s, and there's 900 contracts at the 23s. So realistically, you think that's where they want to push it to. Market always wants buyers and sellers, and there's a ton of sellers up there, so like I said, as long as we stay above the 9, I think we're fine. And I'm back. Set up another bull flag, maybe? Kind of rinse and repeat. Little pull back to the 9. You got to think too, how many people are going in short here at these levels, trying to catch a drop, and they're keeping getting taken out. So market might just keep grinding. Excuse me. $900 contracts still sitting there. Didn't move anything yet. We got 200 contracts at the 930s, so I think that's our draw. I don't mind it going down a bit as long as we stay above the 9. Close above the 9. We are at the point of control, so, or sorry, no, the VWAP point of control. Shouldn't have that up, you know, anyway. Which one is it? Volume profile. we can actually see the point of control. Why didn't it come up? It's weird. Whatever. Not crazy concerned with that. Oh, what account is this? Yeah, so I don't have order flow on. But I have to log out and log back in, so I'm not really too worried about that right now. I'll wait. New 15-minute candle in 10 seconds. Closing about halfway. So might get a little bit of a pullback here. We're up 193 in our Elite Trader funding, and we're up 245 in our Take Profit Trader. I'm not trying to go crazy today. It's Friday. I just want to end the day green. I'll be happy with that. Let's see, man, what we get. All those contracts still sitting up there at the 23, 25. 23 got 900, 25 got 400, and a 30 got 200. So, let's see what we get. Come back down towards the 9, pushing back up. Actually, what do we in this? What is this? It's the 38 on the fib. Like I said, we do have a lot of contracts sitting up there. Now after we get up here, because I see this wick, that's the only reason why I'm getting out early. Might push right through, but I don't trust that wick. I'd be looking for the 40s. Bull flag setting up on the ES as well. Let's see. You gotta watch this too if they take off all those contracts sitting at the 923, the 900, or the 25. They can keep the contracts on there. I think that's definitely our draw. think when we do get a reaction, it's going to be a quick one. I like to see it get through now. I don't want to start consolidating here. How much time? We got 10 minutes, and every time it gets close to a new 30-minute candle or a new hourly, we always get crazy reaction, like it'll either dip down, sweep all this before moving up, or I like to see it pump up here, kind of get stuck around the wick, new hour, pull back a bit. But we'll see. With 900 contracts at the 23 and 400 at 25 and 200 at the 930, I definitely think that's our draw. But we'll see. If you're liking the video, please like and subscribe. Do this every day. Well, every weekday. Like I said, we're in 8 micros, 4 micros in the other one, so we're not going huge size. We're not trying to make a fortune here. Just a few bucks. I find if I go with minis, it's too easy to get chopped up. And in these markets, if it was normal, like back in the day when the market moves more consistently, I'd definitely trade minis. But in markets like this, it's not worth it for me. Some people can do it and they do well, and that's fine. But when you're getting like, 20-point moves or 10-point moves in every candle, it's $400 up or down. It's a big risk. With smaller size, you can stay in the trade longer. You can wait. You can let it pull back a bit. You're only down $100. It's like whatever. $7.45 till the 30-minute candle. Do we run this before the candle? Hopefully. This would be a good spot here to break out a little bit. See if we pump here. Just look at our 900 contracts still sitting up there. But if you're enjoying the show, please like and subscribe. It really helps. Also, I do this every day. Pre-market. during the week, obviously. I normally come on my time, Newfoundland time, from 7:30 till around 9:30. Looks like we might get our squeeze. Getting up into close to our 900 contracts. It's at the 23. And we got 400 contracts at the 25 and 200 contracts at the 30. So, do we get the push? I think we do. Getting over that previous wick. We'll see. Candle close at the high. Four minutes left on the 15-minute candle. Well, 450. 900s are taken out. They're gone. They pulled them. We still got the 400s at the 25 and the 200 contracts at the 30. Pulled the 400, and they pulled a 200, so be careful here. This might have been it. And they got 155 contracts at the 35. There we go. So I think we'll probably get our 28. What? Oh, 750 contracts. 755 contracts at the 35. So they're just moving it up. But like I said, 28 is fine. 325 until the new 30-minute candle. I don't like that they pulled that before it got to the 28 though. That makes me a little nervous. But like I said, 755 contracts sitting at 35. 250 left on this 5-minute candle. $760 contracts sitting up at 35 now. See if they start putting more contracts up around there. Because it's a weird spot to have contracts, right? Sitting at 735. Like, why is that? What is the 735? It's not ending. So to me, it seems like that's what they're doing. They're trying to pull the liquidity up there. I think I'm right. I could be wrong, but I think I am. We're right the last 2 times, so see if we're going to be right again. And like I said, we're above the 9. If we stay above the 9, you can almost just stay in. You know what I mean? If you were a small size, until we close above the 9 EMA, that green line, you could literally probably just hold it. I'm confident when it's riding up the 9 like that, and we got a lot of liquidity to the upside. definitely builds your confidence. But in saying that, NASDAQ doesn't care, you know, about confidence. If that was the case, I'd be a millionaire already. New candle in 30 seconds on the 5 minute. Same with a 15. 15 looks like it's kind of closed towards the top, so we might get a push. $750 contracts still sitting at the 35s. So we'll see. Little pullback. Don't mind that. Like I said, as long as we stay above the 9. As long as we stay above the 9 EMA. Fine with a pullback. $757 contracts sitting at the 30s. This is the pullback we're kind of expecting from that wick. We'll see what happens. See what happens. Do we get to squeeze to the 30s? Let's see. Bounced off the 9 again. Moving back up. Need to squeeze to the 700 contract sitting at the... Oh, they moved it down a little bit. Moved it down to around the 28s. Case surprise. K-Surprise. Is this the squeeze? Dip down, touch the 9 again. Like I said, as long as we stay above the 9, who cares? Touch the 20s again. No liquidity at the 20s, so I don't know why it's reacting. I think we just squeeze here right to the 28s. Not only I like is it's right at the wick. Should move these down a little bit. Just below the wick. There we go. Bouncing off the VWAP again. So this is our next push. $756 contracts at 28, 25 contracts at the 930s. Just trying to build it up. This could be it. But I said that twice now. This is it. Squeezes up, comes down a little bit. But like I said, as long as we're closing above the 9 EMA, I'm not really worried. $3.30 left on the 5-minute candle. 753 contracts sitting at the 928s. ES pushing. Push more. $2.50 left on the 5. We close up around the high, that wick. I think we push on the 5. Close up here for the next one, or just push through would be best, obviously, but would obviously be the best case scenario. Once we start building structure up here, I definitely think we get our move. Like I said, if you're new here, please like and subscribe. I do this every day during the week. Pre-market, I try to stay away from the open. I traded the last few days when I was down in the pre-market a little bit. I was down like a couple $100, so I was like, okay, I'm going to trade the pre-market or the market open. Made money back, so I was happy with that. But yeah, like and subscribe, man. Come on every day. Check me out. And this is normally exactly what it is. Looking at market structure and trying to figure out which direction, and using Bookmap to figure out where all the contracts are sitting. Like right now, they're sitting up around the 28 or 754 contracts. So that's logically, we're above the 9. We're making little bull flags. I think we pump up to that level. But you don't know. It's all probability. The market could dump 100 points. think it wants it. 50 seconds left in the 5 minute. ES squirreled down a little bit, but let's see if that reacts, goes up. Like I said again, that's why I don't use minis in this kind of market, because the market is so choppy. I gotta use micros. But technically 8 minis, or 8 micros is almost a mini, but I don't know, just feels a little safer for some reason. 10 seconds left. Like I said, if we close up around that area, I think we definitely move up. $756 contracts still sitting up there at the 28s. ES needs to start pushing too. I don't like how it keeps stalling, but it's probably just getting more people in short, so it can rip through them and head up, hopefully. But we'll see. For all this time to stand up around the 920s, I think it's a high probability it goes up. Normally if you see a rejection at 920s, it's pretty quick. It's like hit 920s, dump down. But for it to sit up here this long, I think we get our move. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong lots of times. Just need a squeeze. Just gotta watch they don't pull those contracts. That's what he did last time when he moved up with that other this candle here. There was 900 contracts or something sitting up there, and then as soon as it started going up, they pulled the contracts, so that's why it pulled back a bit. I think anyway. I could be wrong. Now they got 750 sitting at the 28. So as long as they keep the contracts there and then just move them after we get closer, move them up to the 30s or something, it'd be fine. As long as they don't pull them. ES setting up too for a move. We're probably looking at up here be around the 40s, but I'm not looking for that. I just need to the 28s because I can almost guarantee they're going to start having liquidity up at the 40s once they take it to 28s. Quick pump through would be best. I don't want to start consolidating here. Then we're going to probably dip and then go, but I don't want to be part of that. I like for it to do it now. ES needs to push. Nasdaq's already up around the wicks. ES is still down here. Want it to get up. If the ES starts moving, I think Nasdaq will pump right through this. But everything's still above the 9 EMA, so I'm comfortable waiting. As soon as I see it close below the 9 EMA, that's kind of when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get out then. but I want to see this now. Quick. We're right up there. ES holding us down. ES needs to pump. $23. Contracts at 28. 757. Do we get it? Fucking ES, man. Why isn't ES going? I think once the ES goes, NASDAQ's gonna go. It's just waiting. There you go. I think it's gonna rip. Contract's still sitting there. $4.20 left on this candle. Could pull back a little bit. There's lots of time left on it. Maybe back to the 9, around the 9.17. $15-minute on the ES looks kind of curly, like it's rolling over a bit. So be careful with that. Even on the 5, I don't trust the ES. And it could be just suckering in more shorts too. They do that a lot. Get everybody going short and then they rip it through them. Back to the 9. Fucking ES, man. What a douchebag. Still got our 750 contracts sitting up there. Let's see. Pumping back off the 9. Still 245 left. No reason why I can't push. Well, except for the fucking ES. What a nuisance. As long as the ES closes back above the 9, we'll be fine. See if they don't move those contracts down to the 25. Try to get everybody into it. But see what I was saying, what they do? Right? Bring it down, everybody starts getting short, then they run it back up. Take it all those shorts, more liquidity, more buy stops. So they take those guys all out and pushes it up higher. Still got the 757 contracts sitting there. And the 28s. ES got to push. Like NASDAQ's trying, but ES is not even trying. 55 seconds left. And then we're going to get into the 9:20 my time, so that's the last 10 minutes before the new hour. So normally it starts getting a little funky, so I like to get this now before we get that. Because you never know, we might get a bigger pullback then after that. So I don't really want that. I like to take this out first. 28 seconds. I also don't want to be a dick for a tick, but I got 3 accounts going with all the same stuff, so let's go for it, right? Or maybe not. 5 seconds. Squeeze up, take it out before we move down. Closed above the 9 again for the ES, barely. $765 contracts sitting up at the 28 now. ES trying to push too. Fucking ES, man. Just gotta push a little bit more. And 753 contracts at the 40s. Okay, surprise. We talked about that a bunch of times. How they keep moving it up. Now they just pumped it up to the 40s. So, what do you think of that? We discussed that earlier. We're like, they're probably going to push it to the 40s. Let's just see. We'll go to the 38s maybe. We'll just see what we get here. Yeah, they're moving the contracts up, so that's the draw on liquidity now as they move them up. ES got a pump though. ES is just sitting there. Like a lump. NASDAQ pushing. If we pump through up to the 30s, I'm going to move my stop up on all of them. God, it feels like we've been in this trade forever. Fucking ES, look at it. Just goes a little bit, stops. Goes a little bit, stops. I really don't trust the ES. Is it going to wait till 9:30? I like for it to push before. $26 contracts in the 9:30s. NASDAQ trying to go. ES sitting there. Just fucking sitting there. You know what? I might have to take these off. Just because I do not trust ES. It's steady trying to dump. So we're going to leave that there. We're up 250 on our Elite Trader Fund, or on our trade day, sorry. We're up 283 on our Elite Trader funding, and we're up 319 on our Take Profit Trader. I still think we get up, but what ES keeps failing here, it keeps making me nervous. Like, are we going to get a larger pullback now? you know, down to like the 34 or something. I know it wants the 940s now with all those contracts sitting up there, but I don't know. I just don't trust it. ES won't go any higher. Like, it keeps pulling back, pulling back, pulling back to the 9. But now that we are coming to the new hour in 6 minutes, I think it is 5 minutes 30. So does it pull back before the new hour and then rip? I don't know. Makes me nervous. It's the only thing. I think ES could come back down to here probably. But you never know. It might start just rolling over now. We are up almost to the 38.2 on the NASDAQ. So do we pull back to the 618? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't trust ES. ES closed below the 9 EMA. 5 minutes left till the new hour. Right, it almost feels like ES is going to drag down the NASDAQ with it. Now, this could just rip to the 40s, but I don't feel like it's going to. Just because of the ES. New hourly candle in 4 minutes. ES closed below the 9. What's the NASDAQ going to do? Three minutes left. We still got our 753 contracts sitting up there at the 940s. Like I said, I feel like the ES pulls back to around here somewhere. It's got that feeling. It's going to open new candle below the 9 EMA. If NASDAQ gets below the 9 EMA as well, they both could pull back a bit. We still got our contract sitting up there, so we'll see. 145 left till the new hour. Do we rip or do we dip? 34 EMA sitting way down here. Could just drop to the VWAP right down to the 900s. Consolidate a bit, sweep, move up maybe. All depends on those contracts. If they move down the contracts from the 940s and start bringing them down to the 20s, get everybody interested and start moving back up. Right, that's what I was saying. Look at the ES. That's literally what I said. That's why I put the line here. It's below the 9. It's probably going to start moving down a little bit. Now, 1 minute left until the new hour. It could just rip too. Could be just sweeping everybody out. Now pump up to those 750 contracts at the 940. NASDAQ kept trying to pump, but ES was holding it back. 25 seconds till new hour. Let's see. Will it be a pump up to the 940s to those contracts? Or will it be nothing? Maybe it won't move at all. Like I said, ES closed below that 9. That's why I put this line down here, because I figure this is the next kind of area to bounce off of with the ES. We're at the 50. Do we go back to the 618 like I said earlier? Well, depends how it reacts to the VWAP. All depends on our reaction at the VWAP. .618 is right here, the 906-ish. I don't know. I think we get our pump though. I think we get to our 940s. Right, because it moved down twice, but it seems like buyers took it right back up right away. Buyers keep buying it back up. There's no reason why we can't get that squeeze. Right up to that level. Right, it keeps trying to go down, keeps getting bought up. Fucking ES, man. Looks like it wants to go down to here. So I don't know. Still got our 753 contracts sitting at 940s. What's going to happen? $618 time? Or 34? That's the question. ES down to that level that we drawed on earlier. See how it reacts. Might push through a little bit. NASDAQ to the 618. Look for the reaction. 45 seconds left in the 5-minute candle. NASDAQ down to the 34 almost EMA. Does the ES push down? Do have a little order block down here as well. So it's interesting. But I think where the NASDAQ's above the 34 and up by the 618, I think we probably get a bounce after maybe ES gets down to here, this little fair value gap. I think we get a bounce here. New candle. Swept a lot of that liquidity. A lot of those longs got taken out. Do we squeeze back above the VWAP? Or does it want to touch the 34 EMA? Interesting. Got our contracts still sitting up there. We got more contracts building up now at the 930s. 47 contracts there. Just below, and 22 contracts at the 22 contract. Whoa, we got contracts building up at the 25. Starting to move it around a bit. That could be a sign. A sign for upward momentum. They're bringing those 50 contracts down around the 20s. They're moving them around like crazy. With that large number sitting in the 940s, I'd be interested. Do we get all the way back down to the 900s, just below the 34, or do we go to the 88s? Alright, we're going to come down to this order block. I don't think we do. It stays up above the VWAP. There's going to be a big wick on the 15. Why do I still have that would have been bad. Good thing I had my chart up. I had 8 contracts short sitting down there. That would have been funny. Been a good way to lose an account. Make sure I don't got anything going on here. My God. That would have been funny. Come back later and be like, where'd my account go? Why is that one gone? And I've done that so many times. Oh, you wouldn't believe. I had one of my Apex accounts past a funded one, had it up to take profit, take it 2 grand, and I was like, oh, awesome, yeah, I got that up over, perfect. And that was a while ago, and I had left on, what was it? What did I trade it? Because I was so close to getting payout. I had on 4 micros or something like that, and I had left a stop down below, and it came down while I was gone, hit that stop, and just ripped and blew my account. So be very careful with your stop losses and your take profits. It's very and it can happen. It can happen so quick. Just leave it on, man. Yeah, it was my first funded, passed, ready for a payout the next day account with Apex, and I blew it because of a micro. Not great. 2 micros or 4. Sorry, 4 micros maybe. I should remember exactly because I almost had a fucking heart attack. Yeah, we're building that up there a bit. So let's see if we get our squeeze. Still got all our contracts sitting up there. Plus 24 contracts at the 930s. Contracts sitting up there. Do we squeeze now? Close above the 10. Oh, sorry, the 9. Get back above the 9 strong. Up around the 20 somethings. Close. Well, we still got 3 minutes 55 seconds yet, so we won't get too excited, but close up here, retest the 9, and then continue up to the 40s. You got to get back above the 9 and close if that's going to happen. So I'd almost wait for a close above the 9 and wait for it to wick back a little bit, start moving up and get in. That's what I would do anyway. That's what I normally do. We get below the 9 all the time, but once we get back and close above it, like we closed here, dip down a little bit more, back above, and then it just stayed. Like from here, 86s to the 920s pretty much, right? Well, when they come back out. No, still. Right? Still 20, 30 points. Just gotta close above that 9. Still got our 750 contracts sitting up there. 70 contracts now at the 95. So, at the 95, sorry, the 25. And they're moving it back and forth from the 23 to the 25. So, normally when they do that, the market starts chasing that liquidity. Now they could take it off too, but it is still sitting there at the 23s. So it's interesting. Now I got 64 contracts at the 20s. The market's going to want to move up for that, I'd say. 130 left on this candle. Close above the 9. Gotta close above the 9. If it don't close above the 9, if I can talk, the 9 EMA, the green line, I'd be getting a little nervous for it going down. Now we do have news in 15 minutes. We have 1 minute until the new 15-minute candle, which had a big wick down, and now it's closing up above the VWAP, so that could be something too. biggest issue we got right now is the ES. ES keeps fucking fooling around. 25 seconds. Can we get above the 9? Not looking like it. Yeah, I don't know. It's getting around that time and it's almost news. So, news we have today is core retail sales month over month, the U.S. So that's gonna move her. So be real careful. I can't even talk. Be careful because it's probably gonna pump or dump. Right, we didn't close above the 9. I'd be more looking to the downside a little. If we get through everything, like there's a lot here. But ES doesn't care, or NASDAQ doesn't care. We can dump through that like nothing. Right down to the lows really quick. But anyway, man, that's probably going to be it for me. Because like I said, I don't really trade the pre-market, and 10 o'clock is going to be news, so it might get a little crazy. But please like and subscribe. I do this every morning, all pre-market, man. So it's nice to come on. You want to have a little chat and figure out what's going on, and try to get a better understanding of. Like I said, I just basically look at structure, look at Bookmap, figure out where the contracts are sitting at, and that's normally the draw and liquidity. So if you want to come on and figure that stuff out too and have a bit of fun, that's fine. Come check it out, man. Like and subscribe. I got links in the comments for Take Profit Trader, code JW. You get your test costs refunded to you after you get your. I never even actually promoted anything the whole time. Strange for me. Normally I'm saying that more often. But yeah, you got it refunded to you after you get your first payout. Elite Trader Funding, 90% or 80% off. They're really good too, and they always got deals. They're always like 80 or 90% off all the time, so they're better than half of the other ones. And yeah, I'm trading. Like I said, I trade Trade Day, but I don't have any affiliates with them or anything like that. I just basically got an affiliate with Take Profit Trader when I first started trading, and that's the only one I ever had. And then I got one later on with Elite Trader Funding, but yeah, that was pretty much it. It's just always been Take Profit Trader. They're the best. Like, you're not getting any better in Take Profit Trader anyway, right? They got less rules, less nonsense. They're really good. But yeah, if you need any accounts, please use code JW. But if not, no worries. I don't care. I'm just saying, please do it. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just happy you guys showed up and watched the video for a while. Watch the live stream. But yeah, like and subscribe, man. We do it every day. Every day of the week. I'm on here from normally 7:30, sometimes a little bit earlier, like 6:30 my time, Newfoundland time. But I'm on until around 9:30, 10. And like where there's news today, I don't really want to keep fooling around with it. But anyway, man, that's it for me. Be careful today, trading around the news, and be careful because this, I find around the open now, it starts getting a little sketchy. So be careful, watch your accounts. Stay green. It's Friday. You don't want to be going red on a Friday, right? But yeah, that's it for me, man. I'll talk to you